Hi, welcome to Marker Board Videos. Today's video is about roles that you will need to fulfill when you are doing group work. After you watch your video at home and you come back to class, we're going to be doing problems, scenarios, labs. We're going to be looking at a lot of different things. And it's really important for a couple of things to happen. First of all, I want you to learn how to work together. Now, I know that for many of you, you've done group projects in the past, and it always seems to turn out one way. You do all the work and everybody gets all the credit. And I know that's very frustrating for you. It's very frustrating for me too. But that's not the way it's going to work this time around. This year, you're going to have specific roles that you need to fulfill in order for your group to be successful. And you're going to hold each other accountable instead of just me holding you accountable. I think that you'll grow to learn and love the way of depending on one another. I think that's really, really important, because not only will it teach you how to behave and how to act in a group setting in school and in high school and in college, but in life in general. Honestly, I have to work in groups too, and I've been teaching a very long time, and sometimes I don't necessarily agree or like it, but I know how to function properly in a group and make sure that my group is able to accomplish the task that it needs to accomplish. And so that's what I'm going to talk to you about today, 4 very specific roles that will rotate through, so you won't have the same role every single day or every single time we do work together. We cooperate with one another, we collaborate with one another. You won't have the same role every single time, so if you have a role that you don't like, that's okay. Learn how to use it and work it to the best of your advantage or to the best of your ability, and then the next time you'll probably have a different role. So the roles, we have 4 roles. Let's talk about facilitator. The facilitator is kind of like the taskmaster, if you will, the guy in charge. This person's job is kind of to be the boss, but not bossy. This person's job is to keep everyone on task. So this person has to make sure that you are not surfing the net, or that you are not talking about the movie that you saw last night, or that you're not gossiping about somebody. That you stay focused on the task at hand. This person's job is also this person's job to make sure that everybody gets a fair say. So when I give you an assignment, maybe I'm going to give you a problem to do, and I'm going to tell you that you have 10 minutes to do it. The timekeeper, which we'll get to in a minute, will give you all of the specifics. But let's say that you as a group decide that you're going to split that time in half. In 5 minutes, you're going to work as a group together. But for the first 5 minutes, you want to find out what everybody thinks and get everybody's ideas. Because honestly, sometimes somebody will think of something you haven't even thought of, and that's where the richness in this come in. So the facilitator's job will be to say, okay, your minute and a half is up, your minute and a half is up, your minute and a half is up, yours is up, and time to move forward. Now, they're a participant in the group too, so they don't just stand back and say, you guys do all the work, I'm going to watch. They're a participant in the group, as are all of these other people, but they're the ones who kind of keep you on task, okay? Timekeeper's job is more than just to say at the end 1 minute. It's more than just to give the 1 minute warning. If you as a group decide that you're going to spend 2 minutes for each person to be able to talk about their thoughts and their way of attacking a specific problem or scenario, then they're going to tell the taskmaster, but the facilitator, okay, person 1's time is up. They're not going to say to person 1, your time is up. They're going to tell the facilitator, because the facilitator is in charge of making sure that things go around. Likewise, at the end, you can say, okay, we have 1 minute. We need to wrap this up. We need to get everything written down so that the presenter can present it. So they're constantly monitoring the time. Now, you each will have a timer. Every group will have a timer, so that's not going to be a problem. I mean, a physical timer in addition to a timekeeper. So all they have to do is monitor it and remember what the group norms were. What did you guys decide you were going to do? The scribe is also the journalist of the group. They're the ones who keep the records. They're the ones who write down what's going on. Now, sometimes that person may choose, and you as a group may choose, just to have the scribe kind of put together, write down the final answer. Other times that person may want to take some notes, if you as a group decide to do that, of what each person says. So let's say we're working on a rank order problem, and one person thinks scenario 3 is the fastest, and somebody else thinks scenario 4 is the fastest. The scribe may write down some of the rationale behind it, because remember, it's not just what you think, but why you think that's important and how you justify your answer. The 4th role is the presenter, and that's the person that actually is the voice box, if you will. if I come up to a group and say, what's going on, how are you doing, the only person that's really allowed to talk to me directly is the presenter. The presenter is the one that you give your questions to, and then that person comes to me or to another group to get assistance or to get clarification. This is the person who, when we do our board meetings, will actually be the one who talks about your board. This is also the person who, if we decide it's going to make a video, they will actually go and make a video. Now, when they're making a video, of course, as you know, it's very important for everyone to be very quiet, which comes back to the facilitator to make sure everybody's quiet so there's not a lot of whispering and noise going on in the background while the presenter is making the video. And let me remind you of one more thing. Although the scribe is the one taking notes and writing everything down, you each will have your own color marker. And when we do board meetings, I need to see all 4 color markers on that board. So it's really important that everybody contributes, that everybody documents they contribute. The presenter has to know what everybody was thinking, how they were thinking, what the justification is. The scribe is the one who kind of puts that all together for the presenter. Timekeeper is the clock watcher, and the facilitator is the taskmaster. If you have any questions or need clarification on your roles, please make sure you ask me as soon as I give you a task and not wait until your time is up and say, well, we didn't get it.